Hi everyone and welcome. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I am the Hermit Tarot and this is my YouTube channel. I want to say a massive welcome back to those who are returning. It's been an absolute pleasure to get to meet some of y'all through my live readings, and honestly, I just feel incredibly grateful that we have this beautiful community. So whether you're stopping in or you've been stopping in for some time, thank you so much for being here and thank you for trusting me with your messages. So in today's video, I am going to follow through with a strong suggestion that I've had from a few people. I don't want to say that all of y'all want this, but it is a lot of fun for me to do, and it's also really good for the channel if I'm being completely transparent. And I just want to kind of keep that consistency going. So I do want to do a future spouse reading today. It's technically more of like a partner reading. I don't think I've done a reading just like this. I think I've usually asked this question as part of like my other soulmate and future spouse readings. So today we're just going to get straight to the point. We're asking Spirit, how can you identify your next partner? What clues should you look out for? And how will you know that it's them? There is going to be an extended reading as well, where I will ask Spirit what your first impressions are of each other, having a look at your future partner's first impression of you and your first impression of them. So that'll be very fun as well. But to get there, you do have to start here. So here are the groups today. I've started doing it digitally because it's honestly a lot of fun. It's keeping it interesting for me and spicing it up so I can keep that passion going. So here are the groups that you have to choose from right below me. Take time when selecting a group. And if you do need more intuitive support because you want to intuitively select a group, I do still have my 1-minute meditation clip playing after this to help you intuitively select a group that you feel most drawn to. But ultimately, when you know which of these groups you do feel most drawn to, click on the timestamp in the description box or in the pinned comment and join me in your reading. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you, it could be a specific color, it could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading. Hi my group ones and welcome to your reading. It is so lovely to have you all here. In today's reading, we're asking Spirit for clues on how you can identify your next partner. So I am pretty excited to get right into this. Let me just, oh no, actually I'll leave the camera like that. It's a little tricky having 2 cameras, so I reckon we're fine though. All right, without further ado, I don't want to waste time. Let's get into it. For my group 1s, please Spirit, those that chose group 1, how can they identify their future spouse or their next partner? The thing is, group 1, I don't really want to get straight into that question. I want to do some investigating. I want to have a look behind the scenes and just see what you're going to be like what your life is going to be like. Spirit, what will group 1's life be like when they first meet their next partner. What will group one's life be like? Okay, from the Dreamy Moons Tarot deck, we have the Five of Wands coming out for you first. What will group one's life be like when they first meet? We also have the Sun coming out reversed. The Five of Wands was upright, sorry. I don't know if I said that reversed or not. Group 1, please, Spirit. Thank you. We have the Knight of Wands upright. And at the back of the deck is the Ten of Cups. Let me just see if I can fix that camera real quick. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. So here's the thing, my group ones. When you first meet your future partner, I'm going to try to stick to that language too. I apologize for saying spouse because I'll have a look at the nature of your relationship. But I do want to just focus on partner just in case, to be inclusive of, it will definitely be somebody that you're in a commitment with because they're your partner. But I think that language is a little bit more inclusive. So here's the thing. There's a lot of competition around you. At the time that you meet your partner, it feels like either you have a lot of options with the Five of Wands here. You could have a lot of people kind of looking or wanting to be with you, looking for something with you. Or this Five of Wands is resembling an energy of you trying to assert yourself and trying to really push through challenges that you're experiencing in your life. I think that your life with the Sun reversed is at a point where you're trying something different because what you're experiencing is not enough. What you're feeling is not enough. So you're kind of looking at love and relationships from a very personal point of view, and you may be taking things very personally too. You could also be kind of in a space where you're feeling a little pessimistic about love. You're feeling a little down about your potential here and about your options, and you might be at a point in life in general where you're really just trying to push yourself out to try something new and exciting. Especially with the Knight of Wands here. There's a lot of fire, a lot of Leo, a lot of Sagittarius energy in your main tarot cards. And then at the back of the deck with the Ten of Cups, I kind of feel like you're going to meet this person when you are looking for a meaningful connection. You may not be just sort of wanting commitment right away with the Knight of Wands, but you're looking for experiences that are exciting, that have a lot of passion, but they also have connection. Like they make you want something deeper, something more, with the Ten of Cups being here. So I do think that for a lot of you, you meet this person when you're open to meeting people, but it's like you're seeking something in those people, in those experiences. You're seeking a deeper connection, or you're seeking some sort of a piece of yourself. You may also be feeling like you've lost your spark and that other people will help you bring that back in some way by either emulating qualities that you want in yourself, and you're very drawn to people who are more confident or more successful or just more extroverted and outgoing. Or it's that you just feel like you need to start to do things differently, or you're going to not only stagnate but lose hope that things are going to get better. So while this feels more like a personal experience, I do think that some of y'all are projecting this onto your partners and the people that you are wanting to date. You're projecting that onto them and kind of expecting or hoping, mostly expecting, that they are going to be able to supplement the lack that you're feeling within self. So you're in this sort of excitable energy where you feel really ready and interested in whoever's going to come in next, but you want to feel attracted to them. You want to feel a spark. You want to feel chemistry. You also are hoping that they're different. You want someone who's a little different, maybe even a little dangerous. You're willing to kind of test your boundaries here for the right person who gives you the right feelings. It's likely that there may be some exciting news in your family around the same time that you meet this person. Either somebody's having a child or somebody's getting married or engaged, something like that with the Ten of Cups. And another specific prediction is you feeling like you're comparing yourself to a family member and feeling like you just don't have what they have when it comes to relationships, children, happy families, all of that. You want that for yourself. You're comparing yourself to either a sibling here or a cousin or someone who feels like a family member. So you don't want to admit that to yourself. There's a strong sense of pride here with the Sun, a strong sense of pride. Like, I don't want to admit to myself how much this is affecting me, but it really is. So let's have a look now. We had a look at what your state, like how your life is going to look when you meet this person. Let's have a look at how you'll meet them. Spirit, how will Group 1 meet their next partner? How will Group 1 meet their next partner, please, Spirit? Okay, so we have the 8 of Crystals upright. We have the 7 of Cups reversed. We have the 2 of Crystals reversed, and at the back of the deck is the King of Crystals. So in this deck, crystals are swords. A lot of swords. Spirit, how will Group 1 meet their next partner? How will Group 1 meet their next partner, please, Spirit? Okay, we have Waning Gibbous Moon coming out. Actually, I might just show that to the camera just in case, because I'm using a very bright light today as well as natural lighting. I think that goes without saying, you can probably tell. At the back of the deck is Taurus reversed. So let's just tune in. I'm trying a new approach where less is more with this setup especially. You can't be having all these cards out here. It doesn't really work. Okay. Taurus is interesting. All these reversals are interesting, to be honest with you. Waning Gibbous Moon is like needing to release something because you got to let it go. That's interesting. How will you meet this person? You're trying to let go. You're trying to release. You're doing something outside of your usual routine, outside of your comfort zone with Taurus here. King of Crystals reversed. You almost feel like you're put in a hard place, like this wasn't your choice, but it's something that you have to do. The King of Crystals reversed can almost feel like your arms being twisted. It wasn't a part of my original plan. It wasn't my original decision, but now I have to do this. You guys may be trying to get over somebody else that you were really drawn to or attracted to, that you were planning to have something with. There also seems to be a moment in your personal life where you go, listen, if I don't do this, like nothing's going to change. So it feels like your arm is being twisted. It feels like you're being forced out of a comfort zone here, being forced to kind of do something that you're not used to doing. It's a new experience, but you're still trying to let go of something else. You're still trying to release somebody else. I definitely see a lot of fears here with the 8 of Crystals. I do think that how you'll meet this person seems to be... It's weird because, like, on one hand, you're not looking, but on the other hand, you are aware of the fact that you need to push yourself out of your usual comfort zone. So, I mean, look at these cards. Nobody's looking. Even the King of Crystals' eyes are closed. Nobody's looking. You're not looking for this person. Eight of Crystals is like feeling like a victim of circumstances. So is this a blind date, group 1? A victim of circumstances. I wasn't looking for love by Eliza is coming into my head. With the Seven of Cups reversed, you guys may not have even realized that this was one of your options in love. You guys may be very shocked and surprised to kind of realize that this person was an option for you, or that they were even interested in you. Especially with the Two of Crystals reversed, there's a lot of energy here of surprise. Like, this wasn't my first choice because I didn't even know it was a choice. This wasn't my first option because I didn't even know it was an option. But with this Taurus energy, you come across as somebody who when you kind of like somebody, it's a very slow burn. It's a slow burn. Like once you're in, you're in. You're very loyal and you get used to that person very easily. You get used to being around them, spending time with them, kind of building your routine around each other. So for that energy to be reversed, it's like your next partner is not the one that you were prepared for, that you were planning for, that you were looking for. They just kind of seemed to come at a time where you were very blindsided. So Spirit, how the hell do these two meet? Sorry for saying hell. Some of y'all really don't like that. How does group 1 meet their next partner? Please, Spirit. How does group 1 meet their next partner? Okay, again, swords. We have the Nine of Swords reversed now. Are there any other clues on how group 1 will meet this person? We have the Universe coming out reversed. How will group 1 meet their next partner, please, Spirit? We also have the Eight of Cups reversed. There's that releasing energy again. With the Five of Pentacles reversed at the back of the deck. So 5 is significant here. You're a group that seems to go through moments in this connection. Actually, let's not say that. I think that what is happening here is when you meet this person, you don't really expect it to turn into a relationship. There seems to be an energy here of conflict and change at the time that you meet your next partner. And it could be because you're going through a lot with your own personal feelings and circumstances. There is an energy here of trying to keep it light. But I do think that this person wiggles their way through your psyche. There's something in your mind that tells you this person is different. They stand out to you. And then emotionally, feelings develop without you really knowing. I do think that you enjoy spending time with this person. I think that there's part of them that feels very complimentary to you. There's a lot of differences, and I'm going to talk about who this person is next. But the how you meet them is a surprise. It doesn't seem to be what you were expecting. Some of you may have just been looking for friendship, companionship, or a short-term thing. I don't think you're expecting it to become serious. And it turns out to be a wonderful surprise, but the process to you feels very challenging. You are personally struggling with adjusting how you see this connection and how you see this person. Nine of Swords reversed, not all is lost, is the vibe there. The Nine of Swords upright is a feeling of like, ugh, I wish I knew sooner, you know? I wish I did something sooner. I wish this, I wish that. Having an epiphany, a sudden realization, as well as a feeling of regret over the actions that you could have taken. When it's reversed, it to me feels like there's still time. You're in a position here where you're knowing something and before the worst case scenario has happened. So meeting this person feels like you've become aware of something enlightening information that helps you change the trajectory of your path for the better. before the worst case scenario happens. So you're definitely not expecting this person, but they feel like a pleasant surprise, if I can say that. You also just may be more prone to negative thinking when you meet this person. You may be expecting the worst, you may be assuming the worst, and you're projecting that onto this person, onto this connection, really expecting it to take a negative turn, and it doesn't. And you're like, wow, okay. So with the universe card being here, my group ones, I do think that that card reversed is, I mean, to be fair, both of these cards are talking about having the opportunity to do something the right way. So you guys this relationship may remind you of a previous instance in your life or experience or connection where there was a very similar start and it just didn't work out the way that you were hoping. This connection doesn't do that. It's not as challenging. In fact, I think that you may be projecting challenges onto this person and onto this relationship. I think you may be trying to look for what's wrong, you know, really like skeptically, cynically assuming the worst. But with Saturn reversed, Spirit's saying it's not that hard. It's not that challenging. It's not that big of a deal. This is the universe cutting you some slack and trying to give you a break so that you're not experiencing hardship for once. Like this seems to be your golden ticket, but you're still assuming that you were given coal at Christmas instead of a present. So I do think that the Eight of Cups reversed is your chance at emotional fulfillment here and your chance to really make something work here. But you do have to be able to see that for yourself. Meeting this person seems to be like your last ditch effort to try something, and you're not really expecting the best. You're expecting the worst. So with the Five of Pentacles reversed, I definitely feel like this is overall a meeting that to you isn't going to end well. And it does feel like either you were set up with this person or you were just curiously entertaining the idea of, you know, meeting someone on a dating app, not expecting it to turn into something profound, special, consistent. You're not even expecting consistency here. Meeting this person feels like you trying to do things differently. And I also am being drawn to communicating. Some of y'all need to be very clear and careful about how you communicate because you seem to be pushing this person away before they've even had the chance to get to know you. So let's understand your future spouse now. Oh, sorry, I was not supposed to say that. Your future partner. Let's have a look at your future partner. For my group ones. Got 3 decks out here. And this table is quite small, so it's getting a little cramped over here, you guys. Okay, Spirit. What can you tell us about Group 1's future partner? What is their personality like, Spirit? How will Group 1 recognize their future partner? What is Group 1's future partner's personality like? Okay. We have the Two of Stars reversed. So this is the Two of Pentacles. I'm not surprised. That's very Capricorn / Taurus energy. That idea of a routine is coming back. We have the King of Stars, so more earth energy. They could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What is Group 1's future partner like? And keep in mind, I am reading this with the intention of this being your next partner. Or if you're in a relationship, this could be the person who will be your continual partner. 7 of Cups reversed. This is someone that definitely knows what they want. 6 of Cups reversed. Very sentimental person. What can you tell us about their personality, Spirit? Group one's next partner. What is their personality like? We have Gemini reverse. They could have Gemini placements. And we also have Lilith coming out. They're quite mysterious to you. Something about this person that feels very elusive. They're very attractive. I think a lot of people are attracted to this person. There's something about their physical body that is very attractive. They have a lot of people crushing on them. They could be very unique looking though, almost exotic looking. They could have very strong features, but I also think that this person just gets a lot of attention when they walk around. I'm kind of seeing like heads turning or like people just kind of like looking twice. So I think they're very attractive. I think that their personality is that they're quite successful in whatever they do. They could be a very grounded person, a very loyal person, a very family-orientated person, group one. I wanted to say two because my camera just said 2222. 2222, yeah, 2222. And we also have 2 here. I do think that this is someone that either gets easily distracted or they need to kind of be mindful about how they spend their time, because the 2 of Stars reversed is indicating that they could have had a recent change to their routine or their home life at the time that you meet them. Maybe they are on a break or they're on a holiday or they're just testing out a new work schedule. This person is probably their own boss, or they have a lot of autonomy with the King of Stars. They're a manager, they're high up in their workplace, and they get a lot of benefits from that. But it's also because they're very good at what they do. The King of Stars means that they're also well respected and they have a good public image. So a lot of people might look up to this person and admire them. I think with the 6 of Cups reversed, this is a sentimental person. The people around them are probably people who have been in their life since childhood or for years and years and years. This is somebody who gets very sentimentally attached. They're probably the kind of person who would really like remember where your first date was, or like they have little keepsakes, little sentimental moments and memories. They probably remember like little things you say. If they really like you, which they will, they'll remember little things about your childhood. There might be even weird synchronicities here around your childhood. You guys might have really quirky and interesting similarities about how you were raised or about kind of specific experiences. And you're like, what? That's weird. How did we both go through that? With the 7 of Cups reversed over there, I do think that this is somebody who knows what they want. They know what they're looking for. They may not be here to kind of mess around. I'm not here to muck around. It's a very Australian thing to say. I've heard people say that in New Zealand too, but I'm not here to muck around, they're saying. I know what I want. I know what I'm looking for. I know what I bring to the table with the King of Stars. Okay. And with Lilith here, I just get this energy of this person being a little intimidating. They might be intimidating to you even. They could have a very strong presence. But I think this person is just very in touch with themselves, and they might even like to dance in their shadows a little bit, group one. They might like to be a little bit provocative and unfiltered and just like, it is what it is, you know? I am who I am for all of everything that I have. Like, I'm not trying to be anybody else. I know I'm not perfect, but I am perfect in just how I am. So there is an interesting energy here of being a little unkempt, a little unfiltered, a little uncaring. And I think for that reason, a lot of people are oddly attracted to this person. There's something so authentic about them that really draws them in. With Gemini reverse, this person is either very, very chatty, or you just can't kind of get them to quite open up. I think that they are more of an observer. When I get Gemini in this position, it feels like somebody who likes to read the room. They like to just sort of bounce off the energy around them. They like to just kind of assess first. It's the more kind of observant and mirror aspect of Gemini, where they don't just come in and talk about anything and everything. They want to feel you out first. What are you like? How much do you talk? What do you like to talk about? I think this is somebody that has a lot of interests, and they're probably a jack of all trades, a master of none, well, except for the King of Stars. They know enough to make themselves very successful in what they do for work. And I do think that outside of that, they probably have just a lot of very niche interests. They probably have they're probably good on trivia nights with this interesting energy. They could have children already, sweet soul. With the King of Stars and the Six of Cups, they come across as very paternal, as someone who has a lot of responsibilities, as someone that takes care of their loved ones, and as someone who could have children already. If they do have kids, they probably have more than one, or they are responsible for more than one younger person in their life. Two is what's really being highlighted here, but it doesn't necessarily have to be two for all of you. Outside of that, I think that this is somebody who is trying to switch things up in their own life at the time that you meet. And so you're going to both feel like you're in a bit of like the same boat, but you're coming from more of like a mental health space. This person is coming from more of like I want different experiences, and I want to try to take things less seriously in the way where I'm creating space in my life for more people. Because I think that once this person feels like they have enough people around them, they kind of close the doors and they're like, I'm done. You know, I don't need anybody else. I've got everything I need right here. They could, for that reason, be very independent, almost like hyper independent. They could be somebody who, once they're in a relationship, like they're in for years, and because of that, they could take relationships very seriously. But I think that that also means that when they're not in a relationship, like they don't take it seriously at all. So they could have been somebody who's had like a lot of little flings, or they could have had a lot of different love interests that just didn't turn into something serious. So that is what I'm seeing in terms of how you will recognize them and what their personality's like. I'm going to have a look at what your union is going to be like now. How do the two of you get into union? How do you choose to come together? I do think that, speaking of coming together, I do think that physical intimacy with this person is going to be very like sensual. I think that they are going to want to just kind of explore and really get to know you physically and get to know your body. I don't think that this is somebody who is very selfish. I think that they want it to be very like mutual and it to be very exploratory, like just exploring the body, expressive. They're very much a giver is what I feel. Spirit, what does union look like here with these two? Oh, okay. We have the Star card coming out first. There's also another card under the table. Let me just see what that is. Oh, okay. We have the Flower of Life coming out reversed. Are you focused? Not really. What does union look like here, Spirit? We also have the Moon coming out reversed. And at the back of the deck is the High Priestess reversed as well. Okay. I'm going to pull some more cards. What does union look like here, Spirit, between these two? Actually, I do want to use this deck again. What does union look like? Oh no. I lost a card. Of course, the card that I lost was the second house, so more Taurus energy. One more card, Spirit. How do these two come into union? I just forgot English for a second. How do these two come into union? Okay, we have Mars. Okay. The back of the deck is New Moon. Interesting. Whoops. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm hearing, here's the thing, chicken wang. The way that you two come into union is very much about giving yourselves a chance. You both have to recognize that this is an opportunity for a new beginning and that this relationship has a lot of potential. You and this person seem to bring out each other's best qualities. With the Star upright, this is definitely a connection that has to be chosen. You both have to individually want this. You both have to individually decide that this is what you want to work towards. This is what you want your future to be like. And you both have to see that the other person isn't bound to you. There has to be a mutual respect here for what you both bring to the table, and the fact that you are both actively working on this. You're not each other's only option is what's really coming to mind. There's a lot of competition around this connection, and it could be because you are both actively dating or trying to date. So coming together is very much about you both individually recognizing that you choose each other. You have to make time for each other too. That may be a bit of a struggle here. With the second house and Taurus coming up so much, there's an issue here about time and having enough time. So I do think that union feels like a brand new, fresh start with the new moon card here. It feels like a new beginning. It feels like you both have a foundation of friendship. You both have a mutual understanding of what you need individually. Like, you know what you want, you know what they know what they want. And so you both kind of just come together with such an individual awareness that it makes union easy, because you can't expect to know what they want. But the fact that you each know what you want makes the union so smooth. So I'm seeing a lot of action. I'm seeing an active decision. I'm seeing a lot of time being invested in order to help the both of you want this, in order to make the both of you want to choose this. And I'm also seeing that it isn't easy. With the Flower of Life reversed, there is still an element of mystery around how this even happened in the first place and why it feels so right. And there could be something about the two of you that just feels like you're not supposed to work. You especially have this pessimistic sort of thing in your brain that is like, this just isn't supposed to work. It's not supposed to work like this. But with the Flower of Life reversed, you're going, oh well, it doesn't necessarily make sense, but we're still going to give it a shot. We're still going to try. And with the Moon card reversed, I just think that your feelings get the better of you. I think that you did not expect to feel as much as you did for this person, group one. And before long, you just have to do what your heart is telling you to do. With the Moon reverse, there's an expression here of emotion that really illuminates what your heart really wants. And it could even feel like you didn't really know what you wanted until you had a dark period where you were forced to confront your fears and your feelings equally. So I almost feel like this connection takes a little while to just get off the ground, because you both seem to be kind of going, well, I want to be respectful of whatever like you need, but I also need to be more mindful of what I need. And then you end up turning around and going, actually, this is what I need. This is what I want. And it can work. So I'm seeing you both investing a lot of time and effort into getting this off the ground and really communicating and making the effort seems to be important, really putting in the work with Mars. Mars isn't like Saturn. Saturn feels cruel. Saturn was like, yeah, if you want this to work, we're going to make it as hard as possible. Mars is like, if you want to make this work, all you have to do is take action. All you have to do is try. So union with this person feels like really trying and making sure that you're not just sort of letting this slip through your fingers. You're putting in the effort. You're taking action towards what you want. And then with this High Priestess reversed, I do think that you have to kind of trust what you're feeling, and you have to stop assuming the worst, as well as stop reading into things that could have, would have, should have happened, but didn't. Some of you guys, this is about just living in the moment, staying present, and not getting too focused on the could have, would have, should haves, the potential, the likelihood of things falling apart or coming together. And it's like you want to just kind of focus on the here and now instead of what the future may hold. So is there any closing advice that you have for my group one, Spirit? Any closing advice? We have Share the Love coming out. Heal coming out. That's the Star card again, reversed. And we have detach, which is strength. So here's the thing. Look at that. High Priestess, again, with this third eye chakra reversed. Your advice, regardless of where you're at in your journey, when it comes to coming into union with your next partner and really giving this relationship a chance, Spirit is saying you have to really follow through with your romantic intentions. Share the love is about having fun with the process, not taking things too seriously, and truly just enjoying when someone makes you feel good. When someone makes you feel good, and when you feel that strong kindred feeling where it's just too natural, too easy with the Three of Cups, a real sense of friendship. You and this person have a very strong friendship as well as romantic relationship. I do think that you need to be careful of projecting past experiences onto your next partner, because you seem to be afraid of things repeating and happening again. But what you're doing is you're not getting the chance to actually know this person. You're not seeing them. You're seeing previous partners. You're looking at past people and you're saying, oh, you're just going to do it again. And this person's like, what? Do what again? Like, I haven't done anything. So be very careful about projecting past experiences, past people's personalities, past endings, past hardships, past hurts on this future person, okay? Give them a chance to show you who they truly are, and give this relationship a chance to show you what it actually is. With the Strength card here, y'all do need to kind of have a little bit of self-control. I do think that, sorry to laugh, I do think that this relationship is about balance, and it's about balancing yourself. And the best thing that you can do with this card coming out is learning how to give yourself time out to really just tune in and feel what it is that you want as well as what it is that you need. Because I do think that this relationship comes into your life at a time that you're not prepared. You don't seem to be actively healing. You seem to be actively distracting yourself. And then this person comes in and it's like, wow, this is a lot more than what I expected. So if you want this to work, give yourself space and time to self-regulate and to truly understand your impulses, your desires, your needs, your wants. You guys may impulsively do things that you later regret in this connection because you aren't controlling yourself very well. You're not in tune very well. And it's okay to be impulsive. It's okay to have these sort of bursts of desires and wants and reactions. But accidentally, you end up pushing away what it is that you actually want just because in the moment you feel triggered. So with the third chakra at the back of the deck, the third eye chakra, sorry, the sixth chakra technically, again, the High Priestess reverse, don't overcomplicate things by thinking too far ahead and by trying to know everything. Life is about living in the shadows as well as the light. We don't know everything, but what we do know is what we should focus on. Within reason, you know, we don't want to be out here looking like fools, but I promise that you won't. In this connection, it's very important that you don't always assume the worst. The way that this connection really thrives is by you going, well, whatever, like whatever's going to happen is going to happen. This is making me happy, so I'm just going to roll with it for now. So that's what I'm seeing for you, group one. I'm going to take this into your extended reading now, where we will have a look at your future partner's first impression of you and your first impression of them as well. So if the first part of your reading did resonate and you would like to extend your reading and support me and this channel, the link to your extended reading is in the description box as well as the pinned comment. That link is going to take you to my website, hermittarotshop.com/supportive Hermie from memory. And on that page on my website, I host over 200 extended readings. It's close to 300 now. So please make sure you click on the right group, the right reading. Remember your group one of the clues and how to spot your future partner reading that I posted in April 2024. Make sure you click on the right group. The thumbnail of the video will help you as well. Remember your group one. And thank you so much for all of your support, sweet souls. If this is where you're leaving us, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, and joy, as well as success. on your journey ahead. I always forget something. Look after your beautiful selves until we meet again. Bye. Hi, my group twos, and welcome to your reading. In today's reading, we're asking Spirit of 4 clues and just about how you can identify your next partner. Now, for group 1, I did accidentally slip up with the lingo and say spouse a few times, but I have decided I'm going to go with partner just to be more inclusive, depending on what this serious relationship is. So that's the main sort of focus, is that this is going to be your next serious relationship, but the lingo that I'm going to use is partner. So let's get into it. We're going to be basically asking Spirit a lot of questions so that you can help identify, your next partner. So group 2, please, Spirit, what will their life be like when they meet their next partner? What will group 2's life be like when they meet their next partner, please, Spirit? I'm just going to pull this table closer to me. Put this over there. What will group 2's life be like when they meet their next partner, please, Spirit? Okay. We have Temperance reversed. What will group 2's life be like when they meet their next partner, please, Spirit? Dogs are barking. Okay, we have the 3 of Stars upright. What will group 2's life be like? We also have Justice reversed, and at the back of the deck is the Strength card upright. So here's the thing, group 2. When you first meet this person, you may be at a point in your life where you're struggling to kind of feel a sense of harmony. It's either because you've recently walked away from a connection, could be a serious connection too, like marriage, or it's because you're at a point in your life where you feel like you've been hard done by. You feel like you've been in commitments or contracts that haven't been in your best interest. You could even feel like somebody in your life has been taking advantage of you and that you've been putting more into this commitment than somebody else. So if it's not a relationship, it's like a work situation or it's a family situation. It's something that you were working towards and it is a commitment that you took seriously. But the main emphasis here is that it wasn't balanced. What you were putting in was not rewarding you equally, and you weren't receiving the same amount of effort or harmony from whoever else was involved in this. So I can see with the Strength card at the back of the deck that this is really an empowering moment, but it's also a very selfish moment in your life. It's a time in your life where you have to put yourself first, and you have to be able to create healthy boundaries with other people. So you seem to be very focused on yourself at the time that you meet your next partner. You may also be a little bit more hesitant to actually get into something. And you may almost be looking for something more fun, more casual, more easy is the word that comes to mind, because you're a little apprehensive of taking on a serious commitment and of having to sacrifice what you've recently gained for yourself. It's likely that with the 3 of Stars upright, you are open to meeting people. You're open to saving the best parts of yourself, though, to people who matter the most. So I do think that socially, you're probably someone who has a lot of acquaintances, but a very small social circle. Like you just hang around the same, I want to say 3 people. You know, this feels like the only people that you really hang around with are either colleagues, family, like siblings and cousins, or like best friends who feel like family. So your life seems to be very much about just focusing on what you have and being very practical and careful about how you expand beyond that, because you don't want to lose what you currently have. You guys may also be more focused on your career because you're very dedicated to expanding your financial circumstances. So that's what I'm seeing for you. Let us have a look at, what do I want to pivot to from here? Let's have a look at how this person kind of, because in your extended reading, I want to look at like first impressions between the two of you. So let's have a look at how you meet this person. We'll use this deck. Group 2, please, Spirit. How do they meet their next partner? Okay, we have Vesta coming out reversed. How do they meet their next partner, Spirit? How does group 2 meet their next partner, please, Spirit? Oops. Okay. We have Ceres. And we have Venus coming out as well. At the back of the deck is the 6th house as well. So here's the thing. I think that you could either, I'm seeing a few different scenarios, okay? So I think because when we ask about how you could meet somebody, and this is a general reading, we're likely to get a few scenarios. We're not just going to get the one thing, because it's probably likely that you're not all going to meet them in the exact same way. So the main way that you could meet this person that came out first was with Vesta. And when Vesta's reversed, this makes me think that you could meet this person at somebody else's house when you're visiting like a family member or a friend, and you meet them in somebody else's home with Vesta reversed. Vesta is also an energy of being like a very stable sort of like provider. So I'm kind of getting this weird message of like a workplace situation, which does make sense with the 3 of stars. This could be a colleague, or this could be somebody who you meet because you visit their workplace. But with the 6th house here and Ceres, I'm probably saying it wrong, but I just think with this beautiful Ceres asteroid and the 6th house, there is this interesting energy here of growth and of you two both having similar plans and focuses. You guys both seem to be working on yourselves in the same way. So you probably meet this person in an environment where you both go to get better, which is making me think of health, like gym, you know, fitness environments. Pilates is even coming to mind, or one of those really big gyms where they do a few things in one place. It could be that after you are trying to move your body, you go to like a juice bar, or maybe there's like a gelato place, I don't know, afterwards, where you run into this person. But you both seem to have this connection to health and trying to be very conscious of reciprocity and of how much you give. The thing is, there is an energy here of, I'm hearing, helping and being a helping hand. So I think that when you meet this person, you see them as somebody who is very giving, very kind, very empathetic, the kind of person that would stop and ask somebody on the street, are you okay? Or they will stop you and say, hey, like, I noticed this about you, are you okay? There seems to be this energy here of sincerity with Ceres and the 6th house. And it's really being amplified by Venus too. This Venus energy is very warm. It's very affectionate. It's this energy of attraction as well. But it also feels like an energy of compassion. So I do think that this person is very kind to you. How you meet them is that you just feel like this person has a lot of time for you in ways where other strangers don't. And they seem to be very warm from the beginning. There's a lot of warmth here with Vesta and Venus. So there is this energy here of giving, and maybe this person does a favor for you and says like, hey, I noticed you didn't get any napkins, here's a napkin. Could be something as simple as that. Could be as major as, I saw you needed help with your shopping, so like, please let me help you carry it home, or let me help you load it up into the car, or let me help you get it onto the train. Whatever it is, this person seems to be very keen to help. The setting in which you meet this person seems to be determined by the fact that they don't actually feel like a stranger. As soon as you meet them, they do something that shows you kindness, compassion, warmth, and empathy, and it makes you feel instantly like you've already known this person. There is a familiarity there from the beginning, which is why the environment feels confusing. You either meet them in an environment that feels very uncomfortable and this person makes it feel a lot more comfortable, or like I said, you meet this person in somebody's home or in a place that you frequent a lot. So that's kind of the how you'll meet this person, and I guess it's really painting a picture of how you're going to feel and how they're going to make you feel to help you recognize how you'll meet them as well. So I do want to have a look now. I have to think. My brain is not braining today. When I'm filming for you, I'm like, what is next? I should have written this down and made a clear list. So we ask Spirit what your life will be like when you first meet. We've asked them how you will meet. Let's have a look at how you come into union together now. Okay. Group 2, please, Spirit. How do they come into union with their next partner? We have the 2 of Cups reversed. How do they come into union with their next partner, please, Spirit? We have the 5 of Crystals upright. Oh my gosh. How does Group 2 come into union? We have the 4 of Stars reversed. And we have the Magician reversed at the back of the deck. Goodness me. I kind of want to delve into this and then I'm going to clarify, because these cards are beautiful and I think I just need to sit with the energy. Less is more with this spread. We don't want to overcomplicate things, but this is a very weird way of coming into union, Group 2. If you read tarot and you got these cards, you would probably be like, do we come into union? You know, like, I'm just like, what? So to lay it out bluntly, in terms of like, without even reading intuitively, this is what this energy is: separation, walking away, letting go, and lying. That's what these cards are without intuitively reading. Intuitively reading changes the messages a little bit more. I just wanted to kind of make that clear, because I'm not out here to lie to you. So I'm about to delve deeper and really channel this energy of union, but I just wanted to be fully transparent with what these cards actually mean. So coming into union is definitely about the 2 of you identifying differences with this 2 of Cups reversed. You have to be able to be honest with each other. And that's why the Magician is reversed, because you may have been trying to project your best selves, which I think is stemming from you really trying to be self-focused. And when you have this person come into your life that you really like, not only do they threaten the way that you see yourself, but they also threaten the security that you've built for yourself. And so you seem to start the connection off really trying to protect yourself, trying to make sure that you're each doing and showing what you are willing to also lose, with the Magician card being here. It's almost like you're playing the game. You're putting your best self out there, using a bit of smoke and mirrors to appear more confident than what you truly are. And I also think that this card is about the 2 of you being able to, well, in terms of coming into union, it's about the 2 of you being able to lower your guards, take off the mask and be more honest, more real about who you are, about what you're thinking, and about what your personality is really like. I feel like you might both be just trying to kind of project ideals onto the other person because you're a bit apprehensive about coming across a certain way. You don't want to show your true self, so you kind of mask a little bit. So really the first step of coming together is about accepting your differences, being honest about who you are, about what you're afraid of, and about what you're looking for, because even perspective seems to be sheltered in this connection. You're apprehensive to share perspective and to be open and honest about your point of views, your opinions, and how you see love in general. It could be because you're a bit cynical. One of you seems to be very cynical when it comes to love. So there's this apprehension around being that cynic and really opening up about what that means. So we have to identify the differences, and we have to be able to respect the individuality between us in terms of this group in order to come into union with your next partner. There could also be a separation phase here before union where you are just sort of in reflection mode, thinking about whether this is something that you want, ticking certain things off the box and just like really examining, is this a union that is going to benefit me? What is the benefit of union with this person? Like why do I want a relationship with them? What does that look like? Why do I want them to be my partner? So you may need to almost lose in order to realize. You may need to kind of create separation and breathing space in order to really imagine and feel what closeness could look like. Because I am seeing with the Five of Crystals, there is a decision here to walk away. Now, if you're not walking away from this person, there could be a third party. You could have a choice between two people with the Five of Crystals. And it's really about, well, who do I choose? The Five of Crystals is ultimately being between kind of like a rock and a hard place, a win or lose situation where somebody is going to lose. Somebody's going to have to like miss out. It's a feeling of having to choose. And ultimately, you choose what's best for you, group 2. You will be choosing what's best for you, but it does seem to be at the expense of somebody else's desires with the Five of Crystals. This person really wants more, and you're having to go, well, actually, I choose this partner of mine. So I want to have a look at like what makes you choose this person. Spirit, why does group 2 choose this person instead of the other person? Why does group 2 choose this person? Okay. We have the Ten of Swords reversed and we have the Hermit reversed. Honestly, it's because you don't want to imagine a future without them. It's very easy when the decision is finally made. You may have delayed it, or you may have felt like you were in the dark and they were delaying the decision. You choose them because you can't imagine a future without them. It's very simple. The only thing you're worried about losing is yourself with the Hermit card here. It's not about another person. It's about your own identity, your own sense of self that you've been cultivating. Because some of y'all may have chosen to be single for a while, or you may have been on this new journey where you were really hoping to be single for a while, and then this person kind of pops back in. So this doesn't seem to be a part of your plan, but it's a welcomed, unexpected, positive. That's what makes you choose them. Spirit, what are the differences between group 2 and their next partner? We have the Five of Pentacles. What are the differences? I'm also going to take the Five of Cups. And we have the Universe card. So the thing is, I think that you're not as ready for a relationship as you could be. I think the major differences here are about changes. Changes to your practical world, changes to your lifestyle that you've become accustomed to, changes to your emotional self that you've just gotten a hold of. You guys may struggle with your mood you may have a mood disorder, or you could just be worried about falling head over heels and getting hurt again. But you do seem to be worried about changes to your emotional state and changes to your lifestyle. There is this energy here of having to kind of close up a big chapter of your life. So some of y'all are worried about the differences in expectations. You think that a relationship takes work. You're assuming that this is going to be a partnership that will take a lot of work and will have a lot of expectations on you, maybe responsibilities. You guys may want to kind of show up in a specific way, or you may have told yourself, like, I need to do this, this, and this before I settle down. I need to make sure that I have my ducks in a row before I get into my next connection. And it could feel like this connection just kind of creeps up on you. It sneaks up on you. I do think that you two may have to consider how your views of a relationship are different. You and this person seem to have different opinions of what partnership could look like, because I think that this person doesn't seem to be as worried as you. You're very concerned about these changes. And I'm sorry to laugh. It's not funny. I'm just trying to alleviate the tension, because I do think that these are conversations that are going to bring a lot of tension, and it's going to be very challenging for you to feel respected, heard, and seen. Because this person's going to be like, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I want that. You're going to be like, well, you know, it's not easy. And they're like, yeah, I know, I want that. And they're like, why would you want that? Like, it's going to be a lot, it's going to be different. Like, why change what we already have? What we have now is fun. It's easy. It's simple. And the other person's just like, yeah, but I want that. So you kind of, the one of you at least feels like you're not taking the connection as seriously, and the other person is taking it too seriously, with Saturn here on the universe card. And that's why you both have a kind of opposing views on the connection and on what it would take to make it more developed, more serious. So let's have a look at the Four of Stars now. This Four of Stars, when it first came out, intuitively felt like an opportunity for the two of you to let go of restraint, because ultimately you can't grow with the Four of Stars upright. You can't develop. You can't let that energy be an energy of abundance. It's an energy of lack. It's an energy of, well, if I let go and if I open up, I could lose what I have. So there is this strong feeling here with the Four of Stars reversed of the only way that the two of you are able to come into union is by letting go of what you have and being open to these changes, because they are necessary. These are the changes needed in order to bring in an abundant relationship, an abundant partnership. So let's have a look at what these things are still. What does group 2 need to let go of in order for this union to work? What does group 2 need to let go of in order for this union to work? Okay, we have the Knight of Cups coming out, the Ace of Pentacles, and I can see the Strength card reversed with the Four of Wands reversed at the back of the deck as well. A lot of fours reversed. I think you guys are clinging on to instability. I don't think your lifestyle is actually that great. I've got to be honest. I think that partnership with this person would create more stability, would also create a lot of change, which you're perceiving as instability. But this is the kind of change that you're more than ready for. With the Ace of Pentacles upright, you're only going from a space of stability to instability because you're having to make these little changes to make room for this person. So I do think that there's a feeling here of like not wanting to move too fast. One of you seems to be very unconventional and attached to an unconventional lifestyle, which I'm likening to like wanting your own space, wanting to live differently, wanting separate beds, like maybe that kind of thing. Whereas the other person is wanting all those cute romantic milestones of when a relationship deepens and becomes more serious. So you've got one person who's wanting to really capitalize and romanticize on all these little milestones, like our first date, our first kiss, our first like moving in together moment, you leaving things at my place, like that kind of stuff. And the other person is like, I just want my space, I want my freedom. So, and it doesn't mean that I don't have love or care, it just means that I'm more attached to myself and what I've built for myself. And right now I'm scared to lose that. So the connection moving forward is about an interesting energy here of respecting each other's needs, understanding each other's needs, but also being open to positive changes so that the connection can be more growth focused. There is instability here in that it feels like you're both kind of experimenting. You don't know what to do, you don't know how to make it work, but you both realize that you don't want to imagine a future without the other person. So you're doing what you can. And I do see a little bit of compromise here with the Strength card reversed. I think that you have to put your pride aside. It's about swallowing your pride. It's about being a bit more flexible, being a very patient, a lot of patience between the two of you. And it's also about understanding that you don't know everything. It's almost giving me the energy of, you guys may have said like, I'll never do this, I'm never going to do that. And then this person comes into your life and you're like, wow, I actually do like it. So you may have found that you'd forged opinions out of being stubborn or unexposed. And then once you get exposed to what it could be like, you're like, wow, like I really like this and I want to keep doing this. So that's what I'm seeing in terms of union. I'm going to close your reading by getting some advice before we have a look at the extended reading as well. So Spirit, what advice do you have for group 2? What advice do you have for group 2? We have the 9 of Swords. What advice do you have for group 2? The 6 of Wands reversed. What advice do you have for group 2? And we have the 8 of Swords reversed with the Star reversed at the back of the deck. Sorry, I'm just going to wipe my nose really quickly. So here's the thing. Bringing this person into your life is about following that pattern of understanding yourself and doing what you feel you can do to overcome your fears. There is a mixture of fear and insecurity that seems to block this person and your connection to them from its full potential. So the main things that you're going to have to overcome are your own worst self, like your thoughts, your limiting beliefs, your ideas, the things that you've formulated in your mind seem to be kind of keeping you prisoner to some certain extent because they're limiting your ability to really embrace what this could be. And I do think with the Star card reversed, there's an interesting theme here of being able to embrace all of this. You don't need to pretend that none of this exists. You don't need to just all of a sudden overnight be a more positive person who is, you know, a lot more, I want to say like optimistic or blindly optimistic. You just have to be very self-aware of how like all these little things turn into bigger issues, bigger blocks, bigger challenges. Your perception is everything in this connection. Your perception is exactly what seems to stop this connection from progressing, as well as what seems to help this connection get to that state where you are ready to be vulnerable. So communication, how you see yourself, your confidence, as well as how you kind of use your thoughts to hold yourself prisoner. So your biggest advice is to be able to step back, take a breath, and look at everything clearly. Look at everything with a level head, look at everything with an open mind, and give yourself enough time and space to be able to make choices based on how you actually feel, not just the fear, because I think that you're someone who could just make fear-based choices because that feels like the best thing to do. You're protecting yourself. This person does come into your life at a time where you are actively healing group 2. So please be kind to yourself above all. You are actively trying to navigate some very messy feelings, some very confusing thoughts. And you're also actively trying to boost your ego and your self-esteem. And then this person comes in and you have to try to think about them and balance, empathy and kindness for them when you're barely able to give that to yourself. So it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm not minimizing anything here. You're going to be okay if you give yourself space, patience, and that time to kind of step back and look at things for what they truly are. Don't make fear-based decisions. But that's what I'm seeing, sweet soul. I'm going to end your YouTube reading here, and I will take this into the extended reading now, where we will have a look at your first impressions of one another. I really wanted to do that here. I had to stop myself and be like, what else can we ask? Because I do think that that is what's going to kind of fill in the gaps here. We're going to have a look at your first impression of your next partner. We're going to have a look at your next partner's first impression of you. We're going to look at how that develops and how they ultimately do see you once you're in the connection. And then I'm going to get more advice on how you can kind of boost union, or how you can really sort of make the most out of this connection in your life as well. So if that sounds interesting, and especially if the first part of this reading did resonate and you wish to extend your reading and support me and this channel, the link to your extended reading is in the description box. It's also in the pinned comment in the comment section. That link will take you to my website, Group 2, where I host nearly 300 extended readings. So please make sure that you click on the right reading. Remember your Group 2 of the How to Identify Your Next Partner reading that I posted in April 2024. Thank you so much for all of your time, your energy, and your support right here on YouTube. If this is where you are leaving us, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, joy, and success on your road ahead. Look after your beautiful selves until we meet again. Bye. Group 3, and welcome to your reading. We're asking Spirit today for clues and how you are going to identify who your next partner is. Throughout this reading, I'm going to try to be very careful and mindful about the language that I use. I'm going to be referring to your person as your next partner, but technically this could be your spouse, this could be your future partner. It could also be your current partner, and it could be confirmation. But I just want to be inclusive of everybody's journey, so I'm going to be using the language of your next partner. Now, sweet souls, we've got a lot to cover. It might be a lengthy one. There is going to be an extended reading as well, where we'll follow on, but we got to start here to get there. So let's get into it. Spirit, tune me into Group 3's energy, please. Tune me into Group 3's energies. What stage of their life will Group 3 be in when their next partner comes into their life? What will be happening in Group 3's life? We have the Page of Crystals coming out for you first. This is the Dreamy Moons Tarot deck, by the way. What will be happening in Group 3's life when they meet their next partner? We have the Five of Wands reversed. And we also have the Knight of Crystals. At the back of the deck is the World card. And I just want to get one more card to kind of give us a theme. Spirit, what is the main theme of Group 3's life when they meet their next partner. What is the main theme here, Spirit, in Group 3's life? Okay, we have Aries. Okay, cute. Alrighty. So let me just pull this closer to me. You guys can't see much changing on your end, but it just helps me sit up a little bit taller. So here's the thing, sweet souls. I have a feeling that when you first meet your next partner, you may be online looking to meet people. There is a strong energy here of you being like taking action and scrolling through profiles and doing your own research and being open to talking to people and communicating with people, especially online. There is also this feeling of you pursuing and feeling confident in pursuing people that you're interested in. So I have a feeling that this doesn't mean that you're out here trying to meet everybody. With the 5 of Wands reversed, it feels more like you are very aware of the fact that everybody's out here trying to kind of find somebody. So I do think that you're aware, you're on an app, or you're at a point in your life where you're looking at dating as almost like a game that everybody's doing and everybody has somebody, and you seem to be assuming that the people that you're interested in are also interested in other people. And you're just trying to kind of meet people. You're very curious to get to know your love interest, and it feels like you know them from somewhere online. It doesn't have to be an app, but with the Page of Swords here upright, there is a genuine curiosity within you. And the Aries with the Knight of Crystals, like I see you doing a lot of pursuing here. I see you taking a lot of initiative and really taking a lot of action. With the World card upright, this chapter of your life looks like a chapter that is about kind of giving yourself a chance and starting fresh. But in order to do that, you have to make some changes and you have to feel very proud of what you're leaving behind. So it's likely that this person comes into your life at a time where you're really trying to see yourself in a different light. And you're also trying to make sure that you don't end things on bad terms with anybody. There is an energy here of closure, but you're not out here in an emotional way. Like you're treating this in a very sort of logical way. And because of that, you may meet this person at a time in your life where you're looking for distractions, or you're excited easily by people kind of reaching out to you. I don't know how to say that in a nicer way, because it's almost like you're seeking the dopamine as well of what it is to kind of meet somebody and to kind of connect with somebody who is still new. It does seem like the person who is your next partner is somebody that you'll have your eye on. You may see them first and you may reach out to them first because there's a lot of action in your energy. And with the 5 of Wands reversed, you're also being very careful about who you connect with and who you get yourself tangled in. So some of y'all are maybe leaving a situation behind that had you feeling like you were competing for that person's attention. And so when you meet your next partner, you're not going for quantity, you're going for quality. You're not just sort of trying to talk to as many people as possible, but when you do like somebody, you're not afraid to take action towards them and to really pursue them. You guys may have even felt a rejection right before you meet your next partner. Somebody may have, like you two may have realized that, you know, this just isn't going to work. They were always distracted, or they're clearly giving more energy to other people, and I just can't seem to get much energy out of them. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm trying to figure out how to pivot from here. That's what's happening in your life when you meet this person. I want to have a look at how you meet them now. Let's get some tarot out. Spirit, how will group 3 meet their next partner? You guys may also be studying, traveling, or getting ready to do something pretty big in your life with the World card, like changing a job or making some pretty big changes to your lifestyle to feel more proud of who you are and of what you have. There's a sense of achievement here and pride. You may have a relative visiting you from out of town too, right before you meet this person. Could be spending a lot of time with a sibling or a cousin with that Page of Crystals. Air signs are very dominant, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Aries is extremely dominant. The World card is Saturn, which is like Capricorn, but a lot of people talk about fixed signs with Saturn. So we're probably going to end up rattling out the whole zodiac if I do that. So I'm just going to stick to air signs and Aries for now. Spirit, how does group 3 meet their next partner? How does group 3? We have Scorpio. Okay. And at the back of this deck is first quarter moon reversed. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't know about that. That's giving X vibes. Either an ex helps you meet this person, or you let go of an ex and you meet this person. Let's see what Tarot has to say. Spirit, how does group 3 meet this person, Spirit? How does group 3 meet their next partner? How does group 3 meet their next partner, please, Spirit? How does group 3... We have the 4 of Cups reversed. Wow. How does group 3 meet their next partner, Spirit? We have the Foolish Man upright. How does group 3 meet their next partner, please, Spirit? Group 3. We have the Knight of Swords reversed, and at the back of the deck is the Princess of Cups. So here's the thing. Let me just get a bit more comfortable. Okay, so here's the thing. How do you meet this person? Group 4. Group 4. Wow, okay. So the number 4 could be significant. I was looking at the 4 of Cups. The 4 makes me think of Aries because of the Emperor. It also makes me think of Cancer. And it just makes me think of... what's the 4th month? April. So those months could be significant, or those signs could be significant. The way that you meet this person is definitely by letting go of something that wasn't able to get off the ground. With the first quarter moon reversed and Scorpio here, there is a strong energy of transforming a situation and allowing yourself to emotionally move forward. I do think that there is an interesting play here between your past and this person. I don't think that they are a past person, but Scorpio is indicating that you may have to overcome fears or attachments to your past that are standing in the way of you experiencing something that's right in front of you. With the 4 of Cups being reversed, it's likely that you meet this person in a place or space where you had been there, but you didn't really give it a proper go. You didn't really put yourself out there, or you didn't really follow through. So there's a strong energy here of following through and making sure that you don't miss out on this opportunity that's been right in front of you. There's a strong feeling here of really putting yourself out there, not being afraid to be a little bit vulnerable, and making sure that you're emotionally open to what is also seeking you. And in order to do that, you may have to let go of somebody who was not able to give you what you wanted and who was not interested in taking things further like you wanted to. With that being said, the Princess of Cups upright, there's an interesting energy here of a very mutual exchange between you and this person. Although you may initiate things, like you may kind of see them and go like, wow, that's a really cool person. Let me just start a conversation and see where it goes. I believe that this person makes it very easy for that conversation to continue going with the Princess of Cups. There's an interesting energy here of the conversation being very playful, very flirty, very fun, very lighthearted. And it's a good little distraction from this heavier stuff that you seem to be experiencing in other areas of your life. I believe that when you meet this person, sorry to come back to this, I know that we already talked about it, but a little tidbit that's come through. When you meet this person, you seem to be wrapping up a big milestone in your life. You seem to be having this introspective moment where you're able to kind of feel older, more wiser, a little bit more mature. Like it could even be a birthday. But it just feels like you're kind of, there's a part of you that can't help but feel like you're taking life so seriously. Because of another experience that's going on in your life, you're almost forced to take life seriously, to take yourself seriously. So meeting this person is a playful, light little distraction for you. And when you meet them, you seem to really enjoy the fast communication, the quick sort of movement, how fast they seem to reply to your messages, how easy it is to see them. You really enjoy that sort of fast pace. So how you meet them, there's definitely a connection here to technology with the foolish man. You meet them in a place that's very much out of your comfort zone with the Four of Cups reversed. You don't do this a lot, and it does take you a lot of courage with these two cards to reach out and to connect to this person. I do see most of you reaching out to them, but I think that the exchange would be quite mutual because we have the Knight of Swords reversed here. So how you meet them is that they may start it, but you kind of really step in and you learn through mutual actions that you're both interested in each other. So the Knight of Swords is also another reference to kind of having to put yourself out there like a bait on a hook and just hoping that you catch a fish. So for a lot of you, I'm seeing like a profile of some sorts, an ad, some sort of profile. This could be your DMs as well, because it's not like you're, well, maybe you're swiping actually with all of this Knight of Swords and Page of Swords energy. That's fast action, isn't it? Swiping, swiping, swiping. But I think for the most part, with the Knight of Swords being here, there is this interesting energy of you needing courage to put yourself out there, out of a comfort zone, and then also just kind of waiting. How will they meet their future partner spirit, their next partner, with this Knight of Swords energy reversed? Yeah, I don't think you'll meet them in person, because the Knight of Swords, it feels like a physical action. So there's definitely something about meeting this person online. Most of you, it's online, out of a comfort zone, Four of Cups reversed. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, I think that most of you are going to meet this person online. I think that's about as close as I can get it. Let's not dwell. Let's move forward. Spirit, what should we be asking next for my group threes? How can they identify their... Okay. What signs to look out for? I didn't really do this for the other groups. I know I should have. What are some weirdly niche signs, Spirit, that group 3 should look out for with this person? What are some oddly specific signs that group 3 should look out for to know that this person is their person, Spirit? Thank you. Okay, we have the full moon reversed. We also have 7th house and 5th house. Okay. So this person is going to be very interested in dating you. That's very clear. Spirit, what are some oddly specific signs that group 3 should look out for so that they can identify their next partner? Okay, we have the 6 of Swords reversed. I'm going to switch decks because I'm just using all the decks with symbols so that we can get as many signs as possible. Spirit, what are some oddly specific signs that group 3 should look out for so they can identify their next partner, please. Okay, we have 22 coming out. Have you guys heard of that song? Maybe not. That's what's coming to mind. Tu by May. M-A-E. M-A-Y-E. I used to listen to that song to help learn Spanish, but I need to get back into it. It's hard learning another language. Group 3 spirit. How are they supposed to identify this person? How can they identify who their next partner is? Ooh, we have rest and reconsider. Actually, I'll put him down there. And we have move, which is the chariot in this deck. Now, I'm going to try to fit my little face up here. So I apologize if I'm cutting off any of the cards. I'm really doing my best with this unique layout. But speaking of doing my best, let's get into it. So I'm seeing a lot of scorpionic energy behind the scenes here, you guys. At the back of the decks, we have the release card in this deck over here. And underneath that is the star card, which says heal. So I do think that some of you guys may have an ex or someone from your past pop up right before you meet your next partner. And this person is a pivotal part of you deciding that you need to start making some changes to your dating life, because this ex is very involved for some reason in your decision to put yourself back out there. And you don't seem to be completely over that situation. You don't seem to be fully recovered from whatever that was, but you aren't letting that stand in your way. You're still kind of attached to something else. So signs to look out for. This person may actually remind you of somebody else that you've dated or somebody else that you were interested in. It could be a full moon around the time that you meet this person, and you could see snakes breeding as well. I don't know what your social media feed looks like, but I'm just putting it out there. I'm getting a lot of sexual frustration from this group too. So you guys may have a very high sex drive around the same time that you're meeting this person. You could be ovulating if you're a woman, or, you know, sexual motivation could be what gets you back out there because you're like, oh, I just want somebody that I can, you know, feel intimate with, whatever that level is. You know, it could be on a physical level, it could be an emotional level, but there is this sort of desire. And I think because of that, you're also putting a lot of effort into your appearance around the same time that you meet this person. You may have recently got a haircut, you may have had a little bit of a, you know, self-care pamper day, you could have got your nails did. You're doing things to make yourself feel good about how you look. And the way that you can recognize this person is, I feel like there is a fun chemistry between the two of you with the 5th house here. There's a lot of play, there's a lot of romance. But I think that this person has romantic intentions. I think that this person is going to be very ready for something serious. And you don't seem to fully be. You don't seem to be actually as emotionally ready as you come across. This person is probably going to challenge you to really open up and to take dating more seriously. With the 7th house here of partnerships and contracts, and the 5th house here of play, your inner child, and romance, there is this strong energy here of it being a very good time. There may be a lot of synchronicities around activities from your childhood coming back, whether you just find yourself surrounded by hobbies and interests from your childhood, or whether you are suddenly taking it upon yourself to pick up those activities and interests again. You and this person are likely to do a lot of fun things together. There is this energy here of enjoying each other and having a really fun and lighthearted approach to dating, not taking it too seriously, but I think they have serious intentions from the beginning. I don't see them, you know, leading you on or like doing one thing and then meaning another thing, or, you know, just sort of going straight in for this and then backing out and going, well, actually, I want this instead. I believe that this person it's pretty clear that they want something serious from the beginning. With that being said, the number 22 is beautiful here. You're getting a lot of signs that this person is a reciprocal person, in that they give as much as they get and they get as much as they give. So they're not afraid to take action. They're not afraid to kind of follow up. I believe that their communication and their actions are very clear. I think that they're pretty consistent. The only thing that would slow down the momentum in this connection is if you withdraw. If you decide you need space and you decide to entertain other people and you decide to kind of put your attention in other areas of your life, then that's what's going to slow the momentum down in this connection. I don't see this person going above and beyond to stay present in your life, but I do see this person genuinely wanting to get to know you and making an effort to get to know you. They will reciprocate, they will follow through. And I think with the Six of Swords reversed, this is the kind of person that follows up too and is like, hey, I hope you're okay, or hey, I hope this, or I hope you got home safely. Like, their communication is pretty good. The Six of Swords reversed makes me think that they don't just kind of ghost, you know, they don't just sort of leave you in the dark. But because of that, they probably expect the same in return with 22 here. So the number 22 could also be significant, as well as the number 7, the number 5. 7 and 7 came out twice, actually. The number 9 and the number 6. I'm also hearing the number 27 and the number 13 because of all of that Scorpio energy. The other thing that I'm seeing, another sign here with this Rest and Reconsider card, is I believe that this person is going to be somebody who does sort of challenge you. I don't think you're as ready for something serious as they are. Like, it keeps coming up, sweet soul. Another sign to see is that you are thinking about changing something pretty big in your life. You could be in a period where you're taking time off from work, or, you know, you're experiencing early signs of burnout in an area of your life, and you're having to sort of take some time out to think about how you can make positive changes in your life. It's not a big thing. It could even just be needing a weekend off or needing a couple of days off. But you do seem to be on the precipice of making some big changes in your life with the World card here. So I think that this person is in a similar boat. I think that once you really get to know them, they are somebody who is also in a period of trying to get back their spark and find their sense of purpose and passion in life. And I think that you both find each other because you have similar intentions. You may not have very similar interests, but you have similar intentions. Interest-wise, I think that the core of who you are, your inner childs, are quite compatible. The way that you express yourselves could be different with the full moon reversed above the 5th house or beneath the 5th house. It's almost like the way that you express and your love languages could be different, but I still think that you're very compatible with each other. There's a lot of signs of compatibility, at least from my interpretation in this top row. The only thing is there could be moments of confusion in the early stages over like who is expected to kind of follow up here, who is expected to reach out next and to kind of keep the conversation going. So I do think that you may have the tendency to overthink things from time to time. And I think that if this person is interested in you, and they will be, they're your next partner, they're not going to leave things too in the dark. Like, they are going to check in with you and reach out with you with the 6 of Swords reversed. They're not just going to kind of leave things as they are, but they will observe and reciprocate. So if you don't give, they don't give, essentially. If you change the communication style, they change the communication style. For the most part, this is a very confident person. They're also very attractive. Like, I'm not even in terms of to you, like, you see them as being attractive, but so do a lot of people. So they are very sure of themselves. I don't think that this translates to them having a big head or a huge ego, but I just think that they're very secure and they're very confident. They don't do something unless they want to do it. So when they reach out to you, it's intentional, it's purposeful, and it's with the idea or the intention of trying to deepen the connection between the two of you. Are there any signs and clues that group 3 can look out for, Spirit? Oh, they're drawing me to the bottom deck energies here. So lotus flowers and lily pads could be significant. At the back of the Dreamy Moons tarot deck, we have the 9 of Cups reversed. They could be significant. Time out in nature. You or this person may be drawn to like bodies of water, or just sort of taking time out in natural environments. I was recently humbled and reminded of the fact that we don't have a lot of natural environments in our major cities, in our mega cities in the world. So it could just be a practice of meditation or just tuning out and centering yourself using natural tools. Like I have my fish tank in this room because it calms me. So it could be something like that, you know. I do think that other signs to look out for is there's an interesting energy here of a mother figure. It's that telltale sort of message of like a mother figure wanting you to settle down, wanting you to kind of, you know, get to a point in your life where you're ready for something more serious, with the Queen of Pentacles at the back of this Hermetic tarot deck. You could also have like a mother figure from your childhood return around the same time that you meet this person. The Queen of Pentacles is specifically talking about a Capricorn, but it's really a maternal figure, somebody who cares about you and wants to see you happy. A childhood friend is also coming out. Behind that card was the 6 of Cups reversed. But I think you were just trying to make more of a conscious effort to let your inner child be free, be happy. And so you're taking interest in things that you did when you were younger as well, and making time for those things. At the back of this beautiful deck, we have the 11th house. So, and it is reversed. So there's an energy here of technology again, but there's also an energy there of a surprise and a friend, a friendship. I don't think that this person starts off as a friend. I think it's quite clear that y'all are wanting to date. I don't think there's any ambiguity around there. I think that a sign to look out for is maybe a friend being involved in this process or needing to get advice from a friend. Because you do seem to need a little bit of help. Like, you don't seem to be 100% confident about pursuing this person and how to kind of keep them interested, especially because they are coming across as quite clear and quite direct. So you're like, oh, how do I navigate that? You may be going through something with a friendship behind the scenes as well. A friendship could be struggling behind the scenes, because behind this deck we also have the square. So challenges, conflicts, butting heads, stubbornness. You may also be experiencing technology issues. So Mercury retrograde could be significant. Pluto retrograde could be significant. Yeah, someone from your past will have recently resurfaced. A few people, actually. We're seeing a maternal figure. We're seeing a childhood friend. We're seeing a lover. Like a few people. So that is typical Mercury retrograde behavior, I guess. And then the other clue I have is you trying to change something about your image, which we did get over here. Oops. Sorry, group 3. My camera stopped recording. I don't know how long it stopped recording. So the other clue that we did have was you changing something about your image with this 5th house, and I'm getting symbolism here with the release card at the back of this deck of you kind of shedding layers and trying to express yourself differently. So I do think with that card there, You are finding new ways to feel confident about who you are, to express yourself, to overcome your fears, which seems to be about changing up your appearance as well, or just doing something to make sure that you feel confident as you are being seen by this person. You do seem to be a little bit self-conscious about how this person sees you, which I don't think is a bad thing. I just think that you want to be shown in a good light. The way this person sees you really matters to you. And you seem to overthink a lot of the communication in the beginning. You're like questioning whether you're doing enough, and you're thinking everything that you say, and you're also overthinking a lot of their replies. When they reply to you, you're like questioning, are they really interested in me, or are they just saying that to be nice? So you seem to put a lot of stress and tension on yourself in the beginning of getting to know this person, and the first date seems to have a lot of emphasis in how you are going to recognize them, because they are someone who maybe comes in looking very confident, but also emotionally guarded. And I do think that they are emotionally available, but you seem to overthink a lot of the things they say about their past. It could be that you walk away from the date not really knowing too much about them, and then feeling like you just kind of word vomited and spoke more about yourself. But I do think that you and this person will have a lot of fun. I think you'll be very physically attracted to them when you first meet. The first date seems to be very important in you showing you that this is your next partner. So you might have an intuitive feeling after that first date that this is somebody that you want to take seriously and that you do want to be in a relationship with. But the way that they see you is also something that you take very seriously. And it's almost a little bit of a blockage in the beginning because you're putting so much weight into it that it's like this thing that's in the room with you. So that's what I'm seeing. Let's see if I'm going to pack this up and figure out what else I need to do before I get advice. Is there anything else, Spirit, that I need to do here for this group to help them identify their next partner? Is there anything else, Spirit? I think we're just going to get advice, sweet soul, and then I'll jump into your extended reading. In your extended reading, I'm going to have a look at your first impressions of each other. So we're going to have a look at what your first impression of your next partner is, what their first impression of you is, and then we're going to kind of have a look at how that impression develops and how they come to see you. So what your opinion of each other ends up being in your relationship. I will pivot as well if I feel I need to, just to kind of give you more confidence in being able to identify your next partner. But that's where we're going to start. So if that sounds interesting, the link to your extended is in the description box. If you wish to extend this reading and get more clues, more facts, more information, then click on that link in the description box or in the pinned comment below. And remember, you are group 3 of the clues and how to identify your future spouse reading that I posted in April 2024. And let's get your advice before we end this part of your reading. Spirit, what advice do you have for group 3 on how they can meet their next partner? What can group 3 do to meet this person? We have the Spread Your Wings card, which is the 2 of Wands reversed. How can group 3 meet their next partner, Spirit? What does group 3 need to do? Interesting. We have the 4 of Swords reversed, which is the Just Breathe card in this deck. What can group 3 do to meet this person? We have the Ace of Cups reversed. Love abounds. Okay, at the back of this deck is the 5 of Cups, change your focus. And behind that was the 2 of Cups. So I really think that you guys are going to have to get over somebody else in order to meet this person. I really, really think that you're going to have to kind of pick yourself up and put yourself back out there. There's a strong message of letting things be where they're at. And this feels like it's with a connection that has well and truly fizzled out, but we're still attached to the idea of that person, and we're still attached to the potential of that connection. But the connection itself hasn't had much activity for quite some time, and intentions have clearly displayed that this person was not interested in us. So in order to meet your next partner, you have to be able to put yourself back out there. You have to be able to be open energetically, mentally and emotionally to other opportunities. And you have to genuinely want that for yourself. So if you're not there yet, don't put unnecessary pressure on yourself. Give it a little bit more time. But what I'm seeing is your advice is to essentially pull back your energy from people who don't have or want what you want. Because I am seeing that you will spend a bit too much time focused on emotionally unavailable people. And it could be as simple as unrequited love, you know, like having a crush on somebody who just doesn't feel the same way as you. But it could also be as complicated as a friendship that just doesn't take it into the next level, or a love interest who doesn't want the same thing as you. So you essentially have to walk away from somebody who can't give you what you're looking for in order to be more available for this person, changing your focus and also allowing your heart space to be more open and available to the right things. This person seems to come into your life pretty quickly once you put yourself back out there, and we do know from a lot of your cards that you're probably going to meet them online. So I think your best bet is to really get back out there and to try to join a group or a dating app, or just being a little bit more active with your activity online so that you're meeting people and seeing people and reciprocating to the people that you're interested in, to be able to bring this person into your life. There's a big focus here on energy, mentality, and emotion. You needing to be energetically available, mentally aware, so that you're not just tunnel visioned on one person, but you're perceptive enough to notice other options, and then emotionally available enough to create space for this person. That's the biggest thing, because I'm going to have a look at your union and everything in the extended reading, but it does seem like this person is not here to play. It seems like this person comes into your life clearly knowing that they're looking for something serious. So it's up to you to really decide to take them seriously, but more importantly, yourself seriously as well, and to leave these people who weren't able to give you what you want in your past. So that's what I'm seeing for you, group 3. If you do want to have a look at more of your union with this person, how the two of you see each other in your union, then do join me in the extended reading. As I said, the extended reading is linked in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment in the comments. That link takes you to my website where I host nearly 300 extended readings. So please make sure you click on the right group. Keep scrolling until you see group 3 of the clues and how to identify your future partner. So I might leave it here, sweet soul, and I'll go into that extended. So thank you so much for all your time, your energy, and your support right here on YouTube. If this is where you're leaving us, I wish you peace, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, wealth, joy, and success on your road ahead. Look after your beautiful selves until we meet again. Bye.